Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting installment of Drink and Draw. I'm back, so Jeff doesn't get to talk. How's that?
That's good for me.
This is a historic Drink and Draw. For the first time ever, we have two Missourians on Drink and Draw. Probably the last time, unless we somehow get Jim Lee on the show. So, but we have the second most famous Jim in comics from St. Louis on tonight, Mr. Jim Mahfood. Welcome, Jim.
I appreciate it.
Jim.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, Jeff, you can talk now.
Good to be here.
I think Jim should talk. Jim, welcome.
Fine.
How you doing, buddy? It's been a long
Great.
time.
It's good to see all you guys. It's strange to not be in a dimly lit bar in LA doing this, but this is also great at the same time. So it's,
Right.
it's not the, what was it called? The Falcon.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, the Falcon.
There you go. That works better.
On Sunset Boulevard, which I could drink as much as I want and then stumble back home because I lived in the neighborhood.
I used
Oh,
to
yeah, that was good
constantly
times,
see
for
you,
sure.
Jim. Everywhere.
Yeah.
I just go, wait, there's a gym spotting.
Yeah,
yeah.
that was the neighborhood, man.
Yeah.
Man, so what year was that, Jim, that you started to come, like you kind of started coming to Drink and Draw early on at Barney's Beanery, right? So that was pretty soon.
Yeah, I moved to LA in the very beginning of 2003. And then as soon as you guys started having the first meetups, I feel like,
2005.
that every Thursday, like that was a regular thing, basically.
Were you? Hey Jim, were you there for the Shriner car incident?
He was. Well, he was. He didn't partake in that.
Okay.
But Jim was at Barney's Beanery that night.
Right. He watched us get in the car and was probably embarrassed for us.
Yeah. That's
We all
what.
had fezzes on, and
Well, Jim, you know what? Before the show's over, you'll be feeling that same way.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I,
just-
don't know if I definitely remember the Barney's Beanery era, but I don't know about the Shriner car thing. I don't think.
Missed out.
probably for the best. That was after hours.
Okay.
Maybe for the audience, you guys should explain what it is because
All right, so we started off doing Drink and Draw. Dave, what was that first place we went to?
Well, the first place was a Standard, and we realized that was a proper nightclub, and they turned all the lights off basically within 30 minutes of us being there, and we couldn't see our paper any longer. So we went across the street to the Saddleback, and that's where you got your name, Angel Warrior.
Yes. Yes.
And we realized that wasn't a good fit, so we moved to Barney's Beanery.
Yeah, okay. And Barney's Beanery was pretty quiet for most of the time. Isn't that one of the reasons we started drinking or drawing on cardboard is because there were a lot of spills? And so we had extra chipboard and stuff?
Well, sure. I mean, I was like, well, better to be prepared in case there's spills. And I just happened to have a bunch of chipboard laying around, so that's why I started bringing it.
That magical chipboard. That's right. Hey, Fabio Moon, what's up, brother?
Oh, wow.
Fabio.
Right on. Very cool.
I'm going to switch over and doodle a little bit
Start
here.
drawing.
Excellent.
Maybe I'll do the same.
Very, very cool.
What the heck?
So while you're doing that, Jim, I'm going to put some stuff up that some cool art you sent.
Please
so
do.
people can see the crazy stuff that you've always been doing, but just that you've been doing recently. So I'm going to start with some old classics. Here's one of my all-time favorites. Is the here we go.
Nice.
That one.
That's a jam piece with Mike Huddleston.
I love
The
that one. That
legend.
one yeah. How big is that piece?
it's a personal question.
We actually did that on paneled boards in a nightclub in Vietnam.
Mm.
And then Mike just shot
Naturally.
really good high res photos of it, and we put it together and made a print out of it.
Wow, that's gnarly. What were you doing in Vietnam?
A really, really rich Frenchman that we know who was working on Kama, the French comic book publisher. He moved over to Vietnam, opened a nightclub, and flew Mike and I out for 10 days in like 2016, and a couple other artists, and had us paint his entire nightclub, every floor, like 3 floors every night while like parties were raging.
Wow.
And took care of us. And we just had a blast and had a super weird time. It was great.
I bet.
Excellent. Very, very cool. What about this guy?
Oh yeah. Fear and Loathing. That's from, I believe that was from the pop-up book that we published, because it's, yeah, the 3-dimensional. We did a Kickstarter about a year ago. My friend and I made an actual pop-up book of a bunch of my art, and he figured out how to do all the 3D paper constructions.
Wow.
And it's pretty wild. It's pretty cool. Propositionpress.com if people want to buy it, for the shameless plug.
Very cool.
Don't you have a Kickstarter going on now, or you're about to have one, or?
I don't. I have a new comic book dropping next month from Image. The new Girl Scouts Stone Ghost series starts. So that's kind of what I've been hyping. There's my cover, and then Jeff just showed Peach Momoko's variant cover.
Right. Here's the cover.
Yeah.
The Stone Ghost story. Right.
Yep.
Peach just won an Eisner for best.
Yep.
Cover artist.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
This guy just won the Eisner.
And that's Peaches. Yeah.
She's a woman.
She's amazing. Yeah. Really fantastic.
Very cool. Right on, man. All right.
So yeah, new comics starting next month. 6 issues. Me writing, drawing, lettering, coloring.
Oh wow.
Ridiculous amount of work, but really fun. You know, I mean, I enjoy just doing my own thing, obviously. So
That's impressive. I was going to ask you, do you hand letter the stuff, or do you have a program you do the lettering on?
I just hand letter it on the boards.
Wow.
Wow. There we go.
Yeah, that's the cover to issue 2. It gets psychedelic. It gets weird.
Excellent.
And there's issue 3.
Yeah, man. Here we go. This is one of my favorite. I mean, you didn't do this, but this is a great cover.
That's a Matteo Scalera cover.
Yeah.
And he is just
Mateo's
ridiculous.
amazing.
Yeah, he's awesome.
That's the variant for issue 3. And seeing other artists do my characters is so thrilling and exciting for me. It's awesome.
It's weird. You've never asked
Did you say-
any of us to do one. How dare you?
I feel like I
There's a
need
reason for that,
to.
Dave.
I need to build up to that. I need to like.
Maybe you forgot about it.
No, actually, Dave, I'll tell you the truth behind that, because I've spoken to Jim about this. Jim wants to only ask one of you, but he's not going to tell you which one. So, but he feels bad if he asks one. Yes, the other 2, and he really doesn't want the other 2.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a conundrum. It really is a conundrum.
He's learned to deal with the. Yeah, he's learned to deal with that over the years.
It's like a party, right? You're inviting a bunch of people over to the party. Like, well, I really only want that person, but it's kind of a package deal. So.
It's a tough spot to be in. It's an awkward.
Yeah.
Now I know exactly who Jim wants, but I've been sworn not to talk about it.
I remember Jim called me, how many years ago, to talk about character design stuff, like how to do it and what to do and doing turns and all that stuff.
Yes.
And it's so weird to have. I mean, it's one thing to do the character design for yourself because you're just trying to figure out who's who and what's going on, but then to try and get that same information to make that character consistent if you're heading over to giving it to someone else, like that's a big deal.
Right. Yeah, and since my style revolves a lot around spontaneity, improv, and instinct. You have to draw something super consistent and do like turnarounds, specifically for animation. That was definitely a new thing for me, a new challenge,
Right.
but luckily with animation, like working on Spider-Verse and everything, I get called in on the first round of character designs, and the producers always say, hey, just give us a bunch of like crazy shit, like give us the weirdest stuff you can, and then we'll reel it in from that if we have to. Like we'll cut and paste things or revise things, but the first round, just like do your weird thing that you do, and that's basically where I really shine.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're establishing a mood board kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, how much stuff do you feel like? Because I definitely thought while watching the Spider-Verse, it had a Jim Mahfood feel to it. Do you feel like getting in early and doing that affected the way the movie came out?
Yeah. I mean, I can't claim anything, but I mean, I felt like there were some things in the very first round of drawings I sent in, especially like the halftone color patterns and kind of explosions. And I mean, honestly, man, just the sensibility of having a non-white Spider-Man spray painting graffiti. I mean, if you would have told me that was going to happen 20 years ago, my head would have exploded. So being in the theater, and it was cool because I moved to Portland and the movie came out, and Brian Bendis had like a private screening out here in the theater. So I got to watch it with him and his family and like Mike Oming, Kevin McGuire, basically just an audience, Dave Walker, like just a bunch of comic book heads. And to experience it with all of them, it was like a big deal. It was a
I
thrill.
just got to watch it with Dave. It wasn't
Yeah.
wasn't quite the same.
Wasn't as exciting, but
No.
Well, I definitely thought one of the things that you do really great. I remember I forget what city we were in. I think it was maybe Seattle. We were at some club, and it was the middle of the night, and we were drawing on a wall, and it was great music playing. We've been hanging out for a long time, and we were just painting on this big giant wall. And like, I definitely felt that kind of vibe of mixing art with music.
yeah,
Came out in the Spider-Man, and that to me, that's a Mahfood special.
yeah, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I kind of felt that same vibe too, and it's just cool to see people taking chances on that level. Like my buddy Mike Moon worked at Sony at the time, and he had hired me to work on different animated things over the years, character design stuff. So when he got me in on the Spider-Verse thing, and it just started off with just do your weirdest versions of Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. And he didn't even tell me about the Miles Morales part, so it was just me doing traditional Spider-Man. And then he's like, hey, can you try doing Miles Morales kind of stuff? So I said, sure. And then eventually he's like, everyone likes what you're doing enough that would you just take a crack at every character? And by the way, we're doing like this entire Spider-Verse thing with like Spider-Ham. And I mean, I couldn't believe that they were doing Spider-Ham was going to be in a movie, so
it was a surprise for all of us. That's for sure.
Yeah. And a surprise for Spider-Ham.
Yeah.
Spider-Ham did not expect that at all.
No.
My question was like, how are you guys going to fit all these characters into an hour-and-a-half movie? And they did it. I mean, they pulled it off.
Shut up. Leave that to us.
Yeah. Well, I was concerned, Dan. I was concerned about.
Did they ask you to work on number 2?
No.
Oh.
No. I was.
They already got your. They already got your funk.
They already.
Yeah, like we don't need it. Got it.
Right.
They stole the magic, man. They already got the formula.
Yeah. Well, hey, Jim, so I'm going to throw up a couple other pieces while you're drawing. You don't stop drawing. What you're doing is cool. But so when does Girl Scouts, the new one, come out?
The first issue is November 24th, and people can pre-order it through their comic shop up until November 1st.
Gotcha.
All right.
So what was the first Girl Scouts? Was it Work Sucks or Magic Socks?
It was self-published comics I did in college back in 1995.
Wow. Okay.
And I actually wasn't using the GRRL spelling. It was just Girl Scouts, like the Girl Scouts of America. So I actually got a cease and desist letter from the real Girl Scouts of America.
And by the way, they're vicious. Those Girl Scouts, you don't want to get outside of a lawsuit with them.
They do not mess around.
Yeah.
Especially when I was using their name and the symbols of the Girl Scouts to on teenage girls dealing drugs.
Whoops! Wow! Holy mackerel! Wow!
I didn't seem to like that, huh?
They weren't amused by that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Old school Magic Socks.
Yeah,
That's.
I kind of see their point. Gotta tell you, Jim. Sorry.
I don't know. Those cookies are pretty cracky.
Well, the cookies are definitely addicting, but they're just cookies.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and very expensive.
They're getting more expensive all the time.
It's true. It's definitely true. There's some old school Girl Scout Work Sucks.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay. So that's the old stuff. That's That's the embarrassing stuff.
Well, I mean, what's funny about that is that stuff is still kind of out there, but it is nowhere near as expressive as your new stuff.
Oh, cool. Thanks. That's what I like to hear. I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, like look at some of these new pages are cray.
Yeah, that's the Magic Socks series. That stuff was all colored by my buddy Justin Stewart, who is amazing.
Right on.
Okay, I have to comment now. Jeff's trying to be hip by saying the word cray.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to talk Jim's language. We're old friends. So I'm trying to speak his lingo.
I was like, what the heck, Jeff?
I was really kind of taken by the fact that Jeff keeps saying right on. He's been saying right on a lot, right?
No, I've always said right on. I'm stuck in this. That's a 70s thing, Joe.
I have not noticed that. That's new to me.
I like right on.
Yeah.
I have some tics, some verbal tics. And one of them is right on and sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out, Jeff.
That's okay. No. I mean, I appreciate keeping me fresh.
Good times.
Yeah, Jim, I've always, one of the things I remember very early on watching you draw on cardboard sitting at Barney's Beanery or at the Falcon and just trying to deconstruct how you did it. And I watched you draw for hours, and then it never ever seems to be any kind of underdrawing. You just start throwing crazy shit on the board and it always works out. How do you do that?
I mean, it doesn't always work out. That technique can easily backfire on you, but I just got into this mode when I was in college in art school of always drawing straight in pen in all my sketchbooks. And that kind of forces you to, in my mind anyway, I'm kind of imagining the lines in the drawing before I put anything down. And so there's a more deliberate way of applying the lines, I guess, when you're not thinking about like penciling or anything. So, I mean, like I said, it can be hit or miss, but I like that unpredictableness of just like putting lines down, and just seeing what happens.
Right on.
So, I mean, obviously for my comics, I'm definitely writing my own stories, thumbnailing everything, penciling everything out, planning it out. But for something like tonight or other pieces just hanging out, it's like, just sometimes I use photo reference and I'm just drawing straight from the photo with ink, So, but yeah, I kind of like that unpredictable line and that looseness that comes with not having it all pre-planned,
I don't remember this was a very long time ago. I guess you had a photographer friend who took a bunch of pictures and we all added art to those pictures. Do you remember that?
Yes, my buddy Jeff Shagawat, rest in peace, actually.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man.
Yeah, we.
Way to go, Jeff.
No, all good, all good. It
Yeah.
great dude. We lost him to a long battle with brain cancer, which was obviously really unfortunate. But yeah, we did that art show at Meltdown, I think in 2007 or 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you guys all collaborated all over his photos. It was a really fun and amazing project.
Yeah, that was super. I mean, it was really kind of freeing to try and live in the Jim world a little bit and be like, okay, what is the craziest thing I can imagine to be added to this photograph?
Right.
Yeah, I wish I had a copy of the one I did. I really liked it.
I remember yours, Dave. That was pretty. It came out really good.
Yeah, Dave, you did this amazing piece, and it was a photo of my friend Nicole
In a car.
and her face was like her expression was very shocked and surprised, and you did this whole really amazing thing with it. I can still see it, in my head.
Oh, man, I'm sorry about your friend. That sucks.
Oh no, it was one of those things, long battle, and one of the reasons I actually wound up moving out of LA, because he was a New Yorker, but he moved to LA, and I met him because he was living in my same apartment building. And then he met a girl, got married, moved back to New York. And in 2017, he passed away, and I went out to New York for his funeral. And like coming back to LA after that, I was kind of looking around like, there's too many memories here in the city. I think I need to, get out of here. So there's parts of LA that I definitely miss. I definitely miss, a lot of the crew, but it was the right move just to take a break for me,
Well, what is the creative scene in Portland? Do you feel what's the vibe there as opposed to the vibe in LA?
I mean, obviously huge comics community here. I haven't tapped too much into the vibe because I got here in 2018 and got super busy with work, and then obviously COVID happened. But I definitely spent time over at Bendis's house with some fantastic barbecues.
Oh, nice.
Nick Darrington is here, who I think is amazing. Farrell Dalrymple.
Oh, really?
Stephen Green, who's fantastic. And just, tons of comic book people.
All right, I'm moving.
Right.
See you later.
Come on out. Come on out.
Yeah, the weather's pretty good. The one thing I really like actually living in Oregon, but further south. I mean, I love Portland, but the traffic is brutal, dude.
In Portland, do you think?
Yeah. I mean, the last time I was there, it was almost as bad as LA.
Oh shit, really? I don't get that sense, really.
Well, do you drive? I mean, do you drive yet? I mean, for a long time you didn't.
I do. I got a car as soon as I got out here. That was the first thing I bought
in Los Angeles that did not drive anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first purchase I made when I moved to Portland. I was like, fuck it, I'm buying a car. This is going to be awesome.
Right on.
And you can actually get parking when you go places. It's shocking. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't gotten the sense of, but I'm not driving. I mean, I'm not driving during rush hour or anything like that.
Right.
Mostly just at home, man, working on the new stuff,
Mm-hmm. You've always been pretty diligent about, your books, and you're never not working. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, you're always super, super busy.
Yeah, I like to stay busy so I don't get too distracted with other stuff. That was the other thing about LA is, I think for me anyway, it was like really easy to go out almost every other night. I definitely partied my hardest when I lived in LA. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, well, I think that's part of the joy of living in Los Angeles is it presents itself, right? It's hard not to go out. If you're going to a figure drawing class and you find yourself at Jones on third, like that just happens.
Yep. But it was good timing though, man, because like I was in my late 20s and all through my 30s, I lived in LA. So I think if you're gonna go for it and be wild in life, like that's the ideal sort of time frame for that.
Totally.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I once I hit 39, 40, I could feel myself starting to calm down on the party and stuff. Like I just couldn't recover from being out all night. It was just, I don't know how you guys feel, but it just became like too much,
Well,
yeah, no, it gets harder.
We're still here. We're still here.
Yeah.
Right.
So obviously, we're good.
You haven't
Hey,
given
Dave.
up.
Yeah.
Dave, what do you got drawn there, buddy?
Can you see it? Yeah.
All right.
I was watching a on Fox Classic. They showed I think it was called The Curse of the Human Fly, and I just started taking screen grabs with my camera, and that's basically it. There's not much more to say.
That's awesome.
I like that.
I mean, also, in honor of Jim, I mean, we used to draw really crazy, goofy shit,
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, some of my favorite drawings from Drink and Draw were watching Jim for a while, and then after about 4 or 5 beers in, trying to even come close to like, well, what if I were to let cut loose? What would that look like?
That's awesome.
Dan, what do you got there? It looks like a little Sin City action.
I am doing some Sin City kind of freestyling, as it were, with the ink.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Dan, is that a dip brush you're using?
That's a brush, yeah.
So you're going super old school on that, by the way, right?
Yeah. Having fun with it, and here we go. Yeah, nice. I mean, a lot of stuff I use a brush, especially if there's a lot of black on the page.
Oh yeah.
That leg looks like it belongs in a Dave Johnson drawing.
Look at that. Look at those ankles. That is 100%.
Or Darwin Cook.
That ankle is not going to feel good tomorrow.
Nice work. No. Joe, is there any way that you can tell us about what you're drawing, or is it still secret?
No, I can't show what I'm drawing today. It's actual work. So
all right.
Guys, unlike Dan, I don't have time to plan ahead like that.
Fair enough.
This is there's so much planning in this inking.
Yeah, Jim, I'm just going to throw some more stuff up on the thing. And
then you respond however you want.
Yeah.
Randomly.
Look how handsome this young man is here.
What is that from?
That's from 2010, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even.
Doing some MTV thing.
Oh shit! That was the MTV New York Comic Con after party.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I just love how there's one of the things I love about watching you draw is it seems so like you're like whatever's happening is happening.
Can I say something about that party real quick?
Sure.
Please.
Well, first of all, Paul Pope and I DJ'd. I did live art, but we also DJ'd. Paul Pope opened up the night and was great DJing like the Stooges, Talking Heads, kind of like, late 70s, early 80s post-punk kind of stuff. And then I got on and was playing mostly like 60s and 70s funk and soul. And as the night progressed, people started just taking their clothes off on the dance floor. It was amazing.
Good stuff.
And the guy who started it was Dean Haspiel.
Oh, of course.
Dino showed up with his crew from Brooklyn. Everyone was getting drunk and getting loose. And suddenly I'm DJing and I look up and I see Dean and his friends taking their shirts off. And then other people started taking their clothes off. And the MTV people were like, man, this is a fucking party. One of the dudes came up to me while I was DJing. He's like, yo, you comic guys know how to party.
Yeah.
This is incredible. And I'm like, well, you know, these people are mostly alone all day.
Right.
So give them some liquor and
Watch what happens.
Free liquor in particular.
Yeah, free liquor is the trick.
Free is the operative word.
Yeah. Gotta put that in front. Free liquor. That's the ticket.
amazing.
Well,
Wow.
what about this guy?
Oh wow. G Thing, Compton gangster rap kind of mixed media piece.
That one does.
How big is that monster?
I'm happy with the lowriders in that.
Yeah.
You know.
I love all that. I love all that flow. So, Jim, like one of the things that I think was really great about, like, there's a classic, "Everyone Loves Tank Girl." So
Oh yeah,
you
that's from
listen
the.
to-
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, dude.
I was gonna say, like, no, that's awesome. So one of the things I love, like, you really let sort of not let, but like you incorporate the music you're listening to and you're part of. It always feels like you incorporate that into the art. Like when we've drawn in the past, we've done live drawing stuff together. It's the music is always a big part of it.
Definitely, yeah.
Did you ever get the rights? Just
Uh,
kidding, Jim. No, I'm joking.
that'd be amazing. I mean, luckily I have friends that, you know, are producers and make music. So if I ever want to do, I've done like teaser videos or video commercials, like for my comics in the past, and I'm able to use music from friends of mine, you know, just get permission that way. But when I was a little kid, my mom always played records and my sister and I would hang out in the living room and draw. And so I always associated drawing with, you know, music being on. So, and then when I was a teenager, I would escape my family by just locking myself in my room, cranking music, read comics, and draw. You know, that was like my escape or whatever. So to me, the two always kind of go, you know, hand in hand.
Do you pick the music if you have a thing that you're planning on drawing? Do you pick a music for the feeling of the piece, or do you pick does the music come first, or like how do you have a plan with that? Because I listen to a lot of books on tape and don't have music as part of my process. I always have some sort of almost white noise while I'm drawing.
Right.
So the idea of actual music is confusing to me.
Yeah, I mean, I have to, I base it on like what I'm actually doing. So if I'm writing or penciling, I usually do instrumental music. So lyrics like don't distract me. And then if I'm just in a pure inking phase, that's just like pure fun and enjoyment. I listen to like loud, rowdy, you know, punk or hip hop stuff or metal or what, you know, whatever. So I kind of base my music selections on what I'm actually needing to do visually, because I want it to add to the process. I don't want it to distract, you know. So I couldn't listen to like death metal and try and write a script or pencil out a page, because I'm thinking and doing the storytelling while I'm putting it all together. So yeah, I kind of gear it toward like, what do I actually have to do? And that dictates what goes on the turntable.
Gotcha. Dan has subjected me many a time to, what's it called, Dan? Flatting music?
I call it flatting music, like mindless music that I play if I'm flatting a piece. And it can be a little disconcerting, Jeff.
Is there an example? Like what would be an example of that?
It's mostly crazy techno.
Okay. Holy shit. Okay.
It's just like obnoxious, like you're in a Blade disco, and the blood is like coming down. And
oh yes.
Yeah. Imagine making comics during that first scene when Blade fights all those vampires in the first movie.
Yes.
Yeah, and then that's basically what my studio's like.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
that's amazing.
The first time it happened with Jeff, he was like, "I'm just going to go with it.
This is what's happening.
This is what's happening right now."
It's a
Of course, Jeff
specific
is actually
thing.
trying to probably draw something, not flatting, so it might have been a little distracting.
Yeah,
But hey, man's got a flat.
man's got a flat. You got to do it. So Jim, I'm going to throw up a couple more if you're cool with it.
Of course.
There's that Tank Girl, but then there's this guy.
Disco Destroyer. That was Dave Johnson was a part of this. We did animated shorts for the relaunch of Liquid Television on MTV, which I believe, Dave, maybe you know more, but I believe they launched it and then canceled it all in the same week.
Yeah, it was like, what the hell, man? I mean, it went straight to their website instead, you know? So.
You feel guilty about that, Dave?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
feel
you
like
obviously are part of it.
I mean, Ibis, my cartoon Ibis, was just too much.
Right. So you did Ibis, right, Dave? And then Dave or Jim, you did that Disco Destroyer thing.
Yeah, that was with Scott Mosier, Kevin Smith's producer, and Joe Casey. We created that together, and I designed it all and drew all the keyframes, and then Titmouse Animation Studios put it together. And it's weird, man. Everybody was super happy with what we did, and then it just nothing really came of it. So
yeah, they gave you 6 minutes, right?
Yeah, we did 2 3-minute shorts.
Yeah, I broke it down to 3 2-minute shorts, just to get as much out of it as I could, you know.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, that was a fun project. I literally, all the money that I made basically went to the animators. I didn't make a dime off of it.
I was in the same boat, man. We literally put every penny into the budget of making it look the best we could. And then I wound up putting in about 3 months of work, you know, without getting paid. And then after that, I kind of was like, man, I could never do anything like this again. This is
Yeah,
just,
I almost thought about doing a Kickstarter to try to see if we could do more animation, you know, but it just never came about.
right.
Yeah, I loved that stuff. I loved the Ibis stuff. I love the stuff that Jim did. It was a bummer that never really didn't hit the mark the way I had hoped it had.
Yeah, you're the Disco Destroyer, man. That thing was so kinetic. I was so jealous. I mean, ours was kind of ours was meant to be kind of plotting, but yours just went boom, 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 boom. And it was great.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. Look at that picture. That thing has a million things going on.
Dave, do you guys know Jeremy Polgar, the animation director?
Oh yeah, of course.
So Jeremy was still not brand new, but he was still pretty new at the game at the time. But he animated basically the best shots in my Disco Destroyer stuff. So in the first episode, the very best shot is this character, this girl twirling down a stripper pole, and he just animated the hell out of it, and it looks so kick-ass. Like, anybody watching this, you can just go to YouTube, check out Disco Destroyer. The first 2 episodes are up there if you want to watch it. Fun stuff.
Excellent. Super fun.
Super fun.
Super fun.
One day, one of these animated things will actually go through, and I'll have a show. I'll have my own show.
I mean, eventually you're going to have a Mahfood show for sure.
It needs to happen, man. It needs to happen.
Agreed. What about this guy?
Oh, that was for Fortnite. That was a loading screen. I did a bunch of stuff for them about 2 years ago.
Oh, I did one of those.
Yeah.
It was a cool
Really
project.
fun.
So Jim, I've seen you color a lot of stuff live, and sometimes it's big markers and paint. This looks more of a Photoshop thing. Like, how do you approach something like this as opposed to doing a big piece with basically chemical paints?
Well, okay, so this one was actually colored by my buddy Steven Geddes.
Oh, cool.
Or Stephen Chun, I'm sorry. And Steve works on Rick and Morty and is fantastic character designer, colorist. So some of the stuff I do, if I'm in a time crunch, I have digital guys that I like to collaborate with on the coloring. But with like the new Girl Scouts series, for example, it's me doing everything. So some of the pages are literally mixed media on the paper, like watercolor, ink, gouache, Zipatone. That page is showing right now. That's a Justin Stewart colored page. That's digital.
Gotcha.
And then I'm also getting in.
Dan has the copyright on Ziptone, so you got to be
Yeah, I
careful.
got a little.
You might be getting a cease and desist from Dan.
Right.
We're the
I know
Zipatone
Girl
brothers.
Scouts on you.
We're the
No,
Zipatone
Jim,
brothers.
if you get that cease and desist, just tell Dan you could have it.
Right.
on. Yeah. Right on.
Is this I'm trying to find a page. Jim, is this one of the? This is from Girl Scouts, the new one, right?
Yeah. So that one is all actual mixed media on the paper, except for the tan background is digital.
Oh, okay.
But everything else is pencil, graphite, yellow, and orange paint.
Yeah, I just remember. Didn't you do a bunch of like advertising stuff for beer? I forget which company. Like,
Yeah, Colt 45.
that's it. That's a ticket. Yeah, didn't that have kind of a drink and draw chipboard, cardboard
Yes,
kind of feel to it?
exactly. Yeah, it was all pieces that were like, black ink work mounted on almost like a beer like brown bag. You would have wrapped around your 40 ounce, and then like white and yellow ink to reflect the colors of the Colt 45 can.
Did you do a commercial for them? Is that memory? Am I imagining that, or was there like some funky commercial you were in?
Let me see. I did like 30 pieces for an ad campaign, and they were turned into beer cans, billboards, advertisements in Vice magazine. It was a big campaign, man.
It was huge. I remember the billboards. That were awesome.
Yeah. Well, did they give you free liquor?
Yes.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear.
Did you get to meet Billy D. Williams?
I did not.
Oh,
I know.
Well, it was almost cool.
you're never chilling with your homies.
Oh yeah, that was close.
One can dream.
Right. So this is one of the pages you sent me, Jim. Is like, which one is this?
That's brand new. That's Girl Scouts Stone Ghost, the new series. So that's
Gotcha.
pen and ink on board, Zipatone applied practically by hand, and then digital colors.
And you did all the lettering too?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That's bananas.
So I'll show you. Let me grab a page real quick.
Sure.
Hey, Jeff, do you need to plug your brewery after all that Colt 45 talk?
I get a little bit upset with you.
Not a bad idea, Ben. Thanks. Let me make a quick shout out to Steamworks Meadery, who is providing my mead this evening.
On a daily basis.
I love mead.
Is there any glitter in it tonight?
Tonight there is. Hang on a second. Go ahead and cut to. Thank you. Yeah. So you can see the glitter.
Oh God.
It's like
very
wow,
it's
gold.
It's delicious.
Hmm.
So this is the one. Sauce mead.
Sassy mead? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So yeah, go to Steamworks. They deliver. They will send you out the best mead in the world.
Is the glitter extra?
No, the glitter is free.
I think the
It's
glitter's
part
only
of the
for
magic. Yeah, it's definitely part of the magic.
Oh,
Jeff,
look at that.
Wait, damn,
Zipatone.
is that old school zip? You got to be kidding me.
This is my pile. Well, this is just one. This is just one.
Dan, how much is that? What's the street value of that zip, Dan?
Let's just say I'm going to be taking a little trip to Portland.
Dan,
I mean, you can't, you can't get that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm breaking out in hives.
So I went to
Joe.
I went to Japan in 2019 for Tokyo Comic-Con, and the art stores there still sell this stuff. So I bought like $400 worth of Zipatone while I was over there.
Well spent.
That's a
And had to fit it all in my bag when I came home.
So it's still street legal in Japan. Huh?
Definitely.
right. And
people working at the art
figured
store
out
were
to
like,
make it illegal yet.
yeah, the people working at the art store were like, damn, this kid is into Zipatone. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, great page, dude. I love that.
So this is like an original. So you can see like, pen and ink, hand painted, eyeballs cut out of various magazines, cut and pasted on, and then, hand lettering. This is a double page spread of crazy stuff.
Whoa. How much do you write ahead of time? Are you pretty tight with your script? Or are you kind of free flowing?
Well, for the 6-issue series, like I plan out all 6 issues, and I keep notebooks for each issue, so I know what's happening in each book. But while I'm thumbnailing it out, I allow myself to kind of add and subtract things as necessary,
Gotcha.
just to keep it fun for myself, so it isn't like completely locked in stone or whatever. And I also love adding, like background gags and stuff like that things that can happen spontaneously, but they don't really change the main story.
Gotcha. Right on.
It's got to be fun. I got to keep it fun, or else I get like bored and distracted.
All right. What about this guy?
Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah.
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 And
So
for
it
some
seems
reason-
like the new stuff is pretty dense. You got a lot going on.
Yeah. Look at that psychedelic.
Yeah. These pages are gorgeous.
Thank you.
And there's this.
Jesus Christ. That was happening, Jim. Jim, are you okay?
Yeah, man, it's all fun. It's all fun.
Well, I'm telling you, man, and this is not just blowing smoke up your ass, but like
And
I
we'd
would
like
watch
to do
you
that
draw.
sometime, some evening.
No, I'll blow smoke up a lot of asses. That's my favorite thing to do. But like, I remember watching you draw and being like, "What the? I cannot even understand how he's putting these pictures together." But that was one of the best things about Drink and Draw is you got to see into the brains of your friends in a really interesting way.
And then, of course, the alcohol is making things move even looser.
Yeah.
So I always enjoyed seeing people like, cut loose, whatever that meant for them, and be like, man, it's Thursday night, it's 11 o'clock. Who gives a shit? Like, why don't you just draw with this straw dipped in ink and see what happens, or whatever technique
Exactly.
that you would normally be apprehensive to do. It's like, fuck it, just go for it. We're having fun anyway. This isn't your work. This is just like playtime, basically,
Totally.
And then sometimes the best things come out of that, because I was looking at the Drink and Draw 2 hardcover volumes earlier today, and I forgot how much crazy shit is in those books.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
There's some really good pieces in those books, and it's just interesting to think like a lot of this stuff was created in darkly lit bars.
Yeah. I think those books are actually they're really great slivers of time captured from those eras, because we tried to put everyone's work in it, and we also tried to capture the feeling of what it was like to create those works, and I think we did it. I think those books are great.
Yeah. No, it was a blast looking through them. And I also had the thought of Wow, look how young everyone looks.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, 2005, right? Is that when we started?
Yep.
That's a lifetime ago.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Mm.
But real fun to look back on for sure.
Jim, that piece is coming out cool. You gonna throw some color on it? What's your plan next?
I don't know. I'm still kind of brain dead from traveling. I was in New York, so I'm just kind of on automatic pilot right now and seeing what happens.
Cool.
We'll see. We shall see.
Let's check in with Dan. How's that coming out?
It was pretty crazy.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Some toothbrush action.
Beautiful.
Dan, you getting tempted to use a zip?
I am tempted. I have to go to the big flat files.
Yeah. How much zip do you have left, Dan? Are you jealous of Jim's?
Oh, I'm super jealous. I'm super, or as some people would say, super jelly.
Are you a cray jelly? Did you see all the different patterns he had? I mean, you must have lost your mind.
Yeah, it was a little hurtful.
That's what I thought.
Well, the problem is, even if you have zip, if you have old zip, it's all turned yellow.
Yeah, most of my zip is pretty old, and not all of it really works anymore. So
Kind of crusty.
yeah, a little bit like me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sticks in all the wrong places.
Yeah,
Oh.
Gross.
Goddamn.
it hurts times.
It loses its adhesiveness on the back
Yeah.
too when you pull it off or whatever. It's
Yeah, some of the old I used to bug Dan all the time to put Zipatone on the old Wonder Man pages, and he would. And a lot of those pages now, it's definitely falling off. Like a lot of the word balloons that were like pasted on too are falling off. So
Oh yeah.
it's a sad thing about original work.
Hey Jim, do those stores in Japan have online stores so Dan could actually go and order some stuff?
that is a very good question.
I mean, I order reference books from Japan, and they get here. So
Shit, I didn't even think about that. I don't want to reveal the name because they'll sell out tomorrow.
Don't give out your source, bro.
Zipatone is illegal. We know this.
Dan, when the show's over, I'll let you know.
Never share your source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The zip tone I've seen from Japan, though, it's dot patterns too tight. Like they don't sell the old school like.
Yeah, that's true.
So
There's
it's,
a lot of
look
it
at that
available on Amazon. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, Dave, can you repeat what you said? I didn't catch.
no, the last time I looked at a Japanese zip tone, I could only find like really, really tight dot patterns that tend to close up in normal printing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's why I just use cow brush now in Photoshop, and I don't have to cut and paste or do anything. Just
Sure.
draw it on there and erase what I don't need. But I do miss having on zip tone on the originals.
Yeah, I just love the way it looks on the actual art. And then when I have my portfolio out at conventions, people are still like kind of dumbfounded when they see the actual Zipatone on the art. Like it's almost like a magic trick where they're like, "What is this? How are you doing this?"
Yeah, how did you, Mr. Wizard?
It happens at every show. People are like, "Wait, did you do this?" But I'm like, "No. That's a shading film that you cut and put down on top of the art, and it's kind of like this crazy, magic trick to them or something."
Wait,
Yeah,
did they think you get a dot every dot?
They think that I'm doing that by hand, but all the dots by hand.
You should just let them think that.
Yeah.
I'm going to here on out.
There you go. Look at the colors on that one. Did you do the colors on that one, Jim, or did someone else do those?
That's Justin again. He's amazing.
God, he's good. He's really good.
That's so cool.
Look at that shark.
I know.
Yeah.
I love the arrow coming out of it. Awesome.
It's super cool.
Ridiculous.
I love that. Oh, it's so free, man. It's just it's one of those things you're just jealous of. Look at this one.
Oh yeah, fat floating space tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan says like obviously it's fat space tiger. We all knew
Clearly,
that.
I mean, what else would it be?
That was the joke. Like, oh yeah, him.
Oh yeah,
You know,
of
the
course,
old-
duh.
Of course,
The old
obviously.
space tiger. You know him. You
Yeah.
love him.
Yeah. And then just Jim throws this out. This is my favorite.
I like that dude.
Yeah, Gordy. That's my little octopus guy.
Jim,
I love that
I remember
guy.
you put like me, Dave, and Jeff in one of the Ink Spots books.
Oh, ink stains.
Ink Stains, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
You're right. Come on.
Yeah, that was
Which
my.
reminds me, Jim. You
Go
owe
ahead.
me a book.
Oh shit, you're right.
Like I never got my book. Yeah.
You're totally right. I owe you one from like 5 years ago. I'm sorry.
Here's a
That's
Jim
all right.
Mahfood portrait I actually have by my drawing board at all times.
Oh,
What?
nice.
Hell yeah!
I love that one.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I have it right here by my little drawing board.
Oh, beautiful.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
I'm honored.
I don't
Dan,
have
I
it
hope
with
the
me.
power. I hope the power of my drawing it influences you every day.
It is.
Hey, Jim, just out of curiosity, do you have one of Dan's drawings up on your desk?
I don't have any Dan original art yet.
Dan.
All
That should
illusion.
happen. That should
Yeah.
definitely happen.
Well, Jim
I
and
can
never
send you
really
some
got
of
along
mine.
that well back at the Drink and Draw.
There you
He was
go.
always
Yeah, we all
doing
have funny. we
After
can
Jim
share.
moved, I really started getting along with him when I didn't have to see him anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You're like, see you
I
later.
was super bummed when you left, man. I was like, even though we didn't get to hang out as much because of COVID and things were, there was less drink and draws because of what was going on, and I had a baby. Miss seeing you around here.
Yeah, it's
Wow,
There's
a moment
definitely-
of tenderness from Dan. It's
I know,
It's
right?
rare. Yeah.
really rare.
Hey Jim, is there a drink and draw kind of thing happen? Is there a drink and draw scene in Portland?
we had a cool thing at this gallery called Nucleus out here where
Oh, I've heard of
Wednesday
that.
nights they did like basically a drink and draw kind of thing, and sometimes with live models. And then that all kind of dried up once the shit hit the fan last
Right.
year. Saturdays though, I usually get together with a crew out here and we'll go outside somewhere, sit at a restaurant like on the porch and have lunch and do the drink and draw kind of thing. Just to stay social, because if not, it's like a week will go by and I won't actually see any people. It's
Right.
weird.
It is.
No.
It is super weird how easy it is to slip into isolation.
Yeah. So I make a conscious effort, man, because like I actually need to be around other humans.
Right.
I don't want to end up a complete, isolated weirdo or whatever.
I hear you. I
Even
definitely hear
I
Yeah.
take that personally, but yes, I hear you too.
you. Right. I remember. So, Jim, one of the things that after every show, I don't know if you still do this or not, but you would draw on the vinyl top that they put down on the tables. Do you still do that?
Yes, I didn't get to do it in New York this year though because they didn't have the vinyl on my table. It was like a cloth,
Well, it's because of COVID.
COVID cloth.
COVID cloth.
Yeah,
is
COVID
amazing.
cloth.
Everybody knows that.
Cloth face mask for the table.
I just remember I have one. I've sadly it's in storage, so I couldn't bring it out. But you did this really fast, super cool, fun one of the three of us, you, me, and Dan, after some show we were all at.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah,
remember that.
it's such a great piece, but it's huge, and you did it super you just with big strokes, and you captured the three of us, and it was fantastic. So
I think that was like when we were in Orlando, Jim.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
that was the Florida show. Yes.
That was
Yeah, but-
amazing. Ivan Brandon, the whole crew was there.
Yes.
yeah. And we went out drinking that night, and then played pool, and you were like, "Where the hell am I? This place is insane."
That was the night that I thought there was going to be an incident at that pool hall.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a Floridian girl who approached Ivan and I and said some very strange things to us.
Yeah,
Do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. And then we looked over at her boyfriend, who was this huge dude, and he was wearing a T-shirt that said, "I'm not a gynecologist, but I'm willing to look."
I mean, that's kind of them.
And so
Is it Tim
Ivan
Townsend?
and I went over to the three of you guys, and we were like, "Yo, some shit might be going down." And Dan and Jeff were both excited. You guys are like, "Oh, there's going to be a fight? Fucking bring it on!" And
That sounds right.
And Ivan and I were like, "Oh shit, this is going to be a whole situation."
I remember a pitcher of beer was $5, and you could not get your head around that. You're like, wait, what? This is not how it works.
It's fucking
Yeah, you're like,
crazy.
order up, everybody. Drinks are on me.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I love that drawing you did. It's perfect.
I forgot about that. The entire table. And we lifted it upright and took a photo of it, I believe.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
no, it's
might
the
be-
size of my door. I had it hanging on my door for a really long time.
Oh shit! Wow, that's amazing. And
What
that's in the
happened?
drink and draw book, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, babe,
That's awesome.
Right on.
Wow.
that's killer. Tonight at 6 p.m. I love it. And is
Damn,
that,
Jim, that
is
came
that
out great,
Dave
dude.
down there on the where your hand is?
What's that?
Is that Dave where your fingers are?
Dave Johnson?
Yeah.
Yes. Not really, but it is now. Yes.
Yeah.
It is now.
Wait, he needs a gold tooth. Hold on. Okay,
Yeah,
now it's
that's,
Dave.
that's
There you
Dave at 3 a.m.
Nice.
Let's get the devil horns.
So Jim, I know we're getting ready to wrap up a little bit, but like the new book comes out in November, you said, right?
Yes. First issue, November 24th. Variant cover by Peach Momoko. And
Eisner
people
Award
can
winning.
Eisner Award.
Eisner Award winning Peach Momoko. And people hit up your local comic shop and show some love if you can. I think people are going to dig it.
Are you still doing the ink stain stuff?
I'm not, just because I don't have time to do it. But
Can people still
In the-
get that book? Is it still available?
yes, Los Angeles Ink Stains, and it's still in print from Image Comics.
Okay.
And that's a fun one as well. Like, I'm still proud of that one.
Absolutely. That one's great. I look forward to my copy.
Yeah, I'll just mail it to you, man. Now I feel guilty that it's been like 10 years.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time, buddy.
It's a long time to wait for a book.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, can I see your finished piece?
Sure. Put it up there.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Beautiful.
Here's mine.
It's your finger, Dave. Oh,
Oh, the finger of Dave.
Amazing.
I like
That
that. I
crazy
like the
eye
little
on this
cutout
thing.
outline.
Sweet.
Damn, man.
He's so lusty, that guy.
Yeah. Is that zip? I mean, is that zip?
This is Zip, and this is a rake brush that I just did up and down in Photoshop.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
See, Jim, you wasted your money.
I know. God damn it.
Got all that for free.
I don't know how I feel
That's
about
right.
the polo with the sport coat, though. That's a little odd.
Hey, it was the 50s.
Excellent.
And Jeff, you were a fantastic host.
Yeah.
Thank you
all,
for everything.
all I did was just all day long look at Jim drawings and think about how boring my drawings are. So that's why I didn't do any stuff tonight.
I'm sorry that you had to look at my stuff all day. That sounds
No, it was fantastic. I
That's
still
good.
think,
Therapy for Jeff.
yeah, no, it was good. It was either that or look at this one. I love this one. I still think this is such a crazy piece.
Oh yeah.
so he has an 8-track player built into his chest.
Yeah.
As one does.
Yeah.
How many bullets does that revolver take? I like that. That's about 7, 8 bullets in that one.
As many as he needs. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything he needs. Yeah, I love that. That was so. I looked at a lot of pieces a day, Jim, and that one's one of my favorites. But then this bad boy, I could not get over.
Yeah, that's just, Huddleston also being the anchor of making that really work as well.
Wow.
I remember he did interiors for a Deathstroke book that I was doing covers for, and I was not impressed. And then he disappeared. And then he came back, and I was like, holy crap. It's like he got art steroids.
He got Jim Mahfood.
Yeah,
he got Mahfooded.
So, Dave, I have to tell you real quick. That was when Mike and I were still in art school, and we were roommates in Kansas City, and we were trying to break in as a penciler inker team. He was the penciler, I was the inker. We got a couple minor gigs, some stuff for DC Showcase 95, some short stories. But Mike then got hired as the penciler on Deathstroke. They wouldn't take me as his inker, and they assigned an inker to him. I don't remember his name, but the inker was butchering his work every month, like doing crazy shit, like erasing backgrounds, filling in backgrounds, just solid black, like almost doing like some Vinnie Coletta type shit.
Sounds like it happened to Joe on Spelljammers.
And but the only good thing about that book,
it's not PTSD, Dan.
the only good thing about that book, man, was your covers. So it was weird seeing Mike because he was like kind of working on the book and making some money, but also heartbroken the whole time because the comps would show up and he would just open the issues and be super bummed out about what he was seeing. So it was strange.
Now, did the inker ever get top credit?
Ha!
No.
That's never happened except once in the history of comics.
Once in the history of comics, that's happened.
Yeah.
What was that situation?
The Panosian precedent.
I think
Dan
Dan
got a guy
slipped.
like me, you, Jim.
Yeah, Dan slipped $20 to the editor, and then made sure he got top billing.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm part of
little job
comic
like
history in a
X-Men.
way that I was not expecting.
Right.
but I'm just glad to be part of it. That's all.
Yeah, a little bit of history there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. That's why everyone that's watching who's an aspiring artist, I would encourage just pencil and ink your own work. Always have the final say over your own work.
100%.
Agree.
Yeah.
Totally.
And if you can, color it too.
Do everything.
More so.
Yeah.
So Jim, when you hand letter on the page, I'm still kind of stuck on that, right? That's
Well,
Yeah.
Jim, you do that all the time. It's not.
I mean, I know it just seems so old school to me that you can do that. That's crazy.
It's probably not a practical thing to do. Like it's not because obviously with digital lettering you can make super easy corrections. You can move word balloons around and stuff. But since I still work on paper, I'm obviously using the hand lettering and the balloons directly as design elements for my storytelling and doing the sound effects by hand and everything. So for me, I just kind of like having that art board with the original art with just everything is there already. Like everything's done. And then I just have to scan it. Maybe I'll add some digital colors here and there, but basically the work is just sort of, it's all there,
I love that.
That's just my personal taste, my technique, but it's probably way easier for most people just to do everything digital or whatever. So
yeah, but that's
I'm just
why should art be easy?
right, and I'm just stuck on my own. I mean, I've been on my own path for so long that I'm just stuck on my own thing, and that's what works for me. So
I got a super nerdy question for you. What board do you work on?
The white paper I use is Bristol Vellum 300, and then for some reason over the years I've gotten really into this like tan colored paper, and this is I just buy pads of this stuff online. I don't have the name of it in front of me, but so you can work white on top of this stuff, and it pops out. I don't know if you can see in the light, but like the white.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
So basically, when I'm working this way, I have the tan of the paper, the black ink, and then I go in with white next just to start popping things, and then I go in with zip next, and then that right there is like 4 tones, and then if I want, I can do like a yellow. And so that kind of establishes like, well, shit, there's already like 5 different tones going on here, just from a design point of view, popping things in and out. And then on this page, like I added a little digital color, and
wow, it's badass.
Yeah. So, and basically each scene in the new comic, like each scene kind of has its own color palette to it. Just to keep things visually fun and interesting,
Yeah, dude, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, Jeff.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's comics. It's fun.
Yeah. No, I love your work. I'm really looking forward to it. So do you have plans for more Girl Scouts after this one?
Yeah, I have a thing lined up, a top secret thing that I'll come back and announce after Girl Scouts, which is going to be real cool. And then after that, I'll probably just keep doing. My thing is I usually do like a 6-issue series every couple years,
Gotcha.
Because I'm also busy still with freelance stuff, commissions, the occasional freelance animation job or whatever. But comics is still the thing I enjoy the most. I mean, it's the most labor intensive, but it's also so rewarding and fun,
Well, if somebody wants to check out your stuff, where's the best place for them to do that?
I would say
They're allowed to.
They're allowed. We're going to allow it just for this 1 week.
Okay.
Instagram, just at Jim Mahfood. I update pretty much every day.
Okay.
And then my store is linked from there if you want to buy like, prints or books from me.
Right on. Do you have an image link to the new book on there?
I do. It's actually the main link on my Instagram is to pre-order issue 1 of the new Girl Scouts.
Sweet. So basically everyone should head to Jim Mahfood Instagram.
Yes.
Right on.
Right now. Like,
Do it right now.
Honestly, do it right now.
Yeah.
And you can see more visual insanity and fun.
Drawn by this young man.
I don't know. I was wearing a tie.
Yeah,
I don't remember this. That's hilarious.
It's one of my favorite pictures of you because it seems so atypical of you.
I think you were wearing it ironically.
Yeah, I imagine.
Wow, I got real serious about MTV's
yeah, you did.
after party for some reason.
Awesome.
That's back when people used to get like buck wild at Scott Morrison and I started doing these like live art parties in San Diego around like 98, 99, and it was just a fun way for people to still be at a Comic-Con party and like hobnob and make connections, but then there's also a DJ and some of your favorite artists painting on super huge boards or whatever. So we've had everybody from like David Mack to Ashley Wood to Paul Pope to probably you guys at some point just jumping on and doing paintings at some of these events throughout the years.
So Bill Sienkiewicz, as I recall.
Bill Sienkiewicz, the man, the master.
Yeah.
Painting next to him, the couple times I've done it, it gave me like magical powers.
I thought you were going to say something else because something else happened to me.
Yeah, I remember standing next to him. Go ahead, Jim.
Good. I was just gonna say, as long as Bill isn't posing for himself, we're taking
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but
you don't have to be around that.
I miss those artist jams. I miss hanging out and like there's great music in the background. Everyone's just sort of painting on some giant piece of poster board or wood or whatever on the wall. Like those are good times.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go to a drink and draw Monday that the Gallery Girls are doing.
Oh yeah,
I guess it's in Burbank. It should be pretty good.
Oh, nice.
I'll be there.
Yeah, awesome.
That's the plan.
Is that a regular?
No,
thing?
she's also moved to Portland. So, but she's coming down. She's got a few different little events, and she wanted to get the drink and draw gang back together. And Dave is even coming out. So,
Thanks for the invite, Dan. Appreciate it.
well, I don't know if you're going to fly out to Burbank, but you're
Well, you
certainly
wouldn't know
welcome
unless
to.
you wouldn't know unless you asked, of course, right?
True. It's an oversight.
It should be
Sorry.
fun. It should definitely
I
be
mean,
a good
Ben's
time.
coming. Ben got the invite. He's going to be there.
Nice.
Georgie's there. I'm there.
So that's the way it works.
All right, gentlemen. So let's take a look at Jim. What do you got there? You got that final piece. You're throwing some color in.
Yeah, this just started out as a weird joke drawing today that I was going to post to hype up my appearance, and then I basically just finished it for the show. So I'm not sure what's going on here, but this girl's got a pretty cool looking gun. So
I love
I'm happy.
It does.
I love
That
the
could be an
shape.
X-Force. That looks like an
Yeah, man.
X-Force gun.
Yeah, well that's my main inspiration.
Yeah, Jim's always pushing the gun envelope.
Definitely.
Right. And Dave, can I see your final one last time?
Oh yeah. Hold on. I was working on a cover. Hold
Doing
on.
something else.
Oh, got that. Oh, God.
Oh geez. Oh my God.
That's awesome, man.
I never do this. It's probably a bad idea, but here's the cover I'm finishing up.
Oh, very cool.
shit.
Who's that? Catwoman?
Yes,
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
great, man. Wow.
that's all
That's
you
awesome.
get. So
Little
All right.
snippet.
Beautiful. You're going places, Dave Johnson.
Yeah, you got the skills, man.
I don't know where, but I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I think you're probably there.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Joe, you can't show us anything.
Can't, guys. Sorry.
Oh, it's all right.
Are you even drawing,
the
Joe?
secrets are enticing.
I'm working for a living today. I'm taking
Oh,
time. So,
God, I haven't done that in so long.
Overrated.
Yeah, that's foolishness.
Disappointed.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I think that's going to be kind of a wrap for us. Thank you very much, Jim, for coming on board. Thank you for
Thank you
sharing
for
all that
having
stuff.
me. Yeah, thanks you guys.
It's been real.
Yeah, Dan,
It's been emotional.
Dave, Ben, Joe.
Gentlemen, Jim, great seeing you.
Great seeing you.
Bye, Jim. Thanks, man.
Thanks you guys. Take care.
Awesome, guys.
Toodles, as they say.
Later.
Bye, everybody.
Good night. Good luck.
All right, then.